Just a week after lifting his fifth Grand Slam trophy in a breathtaking French Open final against Jannik Sinner, Carlos Alcaraz remains stunned by the magnitude of what he achieved. Still only 22, the Spanish sensation pulled off one of the most memorable comebacks in modern tennis history, and now, as he shifts his focus to the grass courts of Queen's Club, he's coming to terms with the emotional aftermath. Alcaraz didn't just win a title, he made tennis history. Saving 3 match points, turning the tide in a match widely hailed as an all-time classic, he proved once again that he's not just the future, he's the now. And even as he prepares for the HSBC Championships in London, there's a part of him still living in that epic Parisian evening. "I still can't quite believe it," Alcaraz admitted with a smile. "I've watched the videos so many times. Especially the ones from match point down. I keep replaying that moment, over and over. Sometimes I sit there and just shake my head. Did that really happen?" While many champions swiftly move on to the next challenge, Alcaraz allowed himself a rare pause. He flew to Ibiza with friends, not just to unwind, but to soak in what he'd accomplished. It wasn't about bragging or showing off, it was about joy, reflection, and disbelief that he had pulled off one of the most astonishing wins Roland Garros has ever witnessed. "Even now, I still feel the shock. I've watched that final like a fan would. And every time I see that moment, I feel the same goosebumps I had on the court," he said. There's a youthful honesty in Alcaraz's voice. Despite his meteoric rise and now 5 Grand Slam titles, he hasn't grown jaded. Each trophy still feels like a dream, and none more so than his first, the 2022 US Open. "That first one will always be the most special," he said. "No matter how many I win, New York will always be in my heart. It was the beginning of everything." But even with the emotions tied to his debut Grand Slam, there's something about this most recent one that feels different. "A lot of people have come up to me, people who've watched tennis for decades, and told me this final, this one, was the best they've ever seen," he said. That means a lot. He's not exaggerating. The French Open final had everything: drama, resilience, tactical brilliance, raw emotion, and 2 of the most gifted players of their generation pushing each other to the brink. It was sport at its most poetic, and Alcaraz stood tallest when it mattered most. Back at Queen's Club, there's a different vibe. Grass courts demand another rhythm, another mindset. The ball behaves differently. The margin for error narrows. And yet, Alcaraz seems excited for the challenge. "I love playing on grass. It's a surface that forces you to be creative, to adapt. You can't just rely on what worked on clay," he explained. "I'm excited to be back. I feel fresh, mentally and physically. Fresh, yet transformed." There's something deeper behind his eyes now. He's tasted the mountaintop 5 times, but each ascent has left its own mark. Winning is no longer a surprise, but staying humble in greatness is where Alcaraz truly shines. "Every time I win, I feel grateful," he said. "Not just for the trophy, but for the people around me. My family, my team, the fans, they all make this journey worth it." Tennis greats are starting to weigh in. Toni Nadal, uncle and former coach of Rafael Nadal, recently predicted that Alcaraz could surpass even the most iconic records in the game. "He has the talent, but more importantly, he has the mentality," said Toni. "That's a big advantage. High praise, but with high expectations comes pressure. Alcaraz doesn't flinch. I know what people expect from me now," he acknowledged. "But that doesn't change how I approach the game. I still play for the love of it." When asked if he's targeting any specific number of Grand Slams, Alcaraz shook his head with a laugh. No, I don't count. I don't look at records like that. I just try to enjoy each moment. If I win more, great. If not, I still love what I do." It's this grounded mindset that makes him so special. He plays with the flair of a showman, the grit of a warrior, and the spirit of someone who hasn't forgotten the kid who once dreamed of hitting balls on clay courts under the Spanish sun. For now, the grass of London awaits. The crowd at Queen's Club will get the chance to witness the Roland Garros champion up close. But make no mistake, the echoes of Paris are still ringing in his ears. Alcaraz isn't just returning to action. He's returning with a new layer of legend added to his already growing legacy. From New York to Paris, from hard courts to clay, and now on to grass, this young man's journey is just beginning. And tennis fans everywhere